and I did like $300 in a 2-hour live stream. I remember I went live again, ended up streaming for 4 hours, and I got off the live and I had profited over $1,000 in commission on live. And that is money that I have never seen before. Like, I literally just made $1,000 in 4 hours from just sitting in my dorm room. Like, that was the point where my life, I said, will never be the same.
I'm here with Ecom Bryce, and we're going to be diving deeper into what life was like before starting TikTok Shop, how he got started on TikTok Shop, and his entire TikTok Shop journey. So getting started, go ahead and tell us your name and age.
My name is Bryce Gargano, Ecom Bryce on all social medias. I'm 20 years old, and yeah.
So tell us, how old were you when you first started TikTok Shop?
Yeah, so when I first started, I actually started TikTok Shop back in freshman year of college, actually. So at that time, I was about 19 years old. Like, I think it was 18 and a half when I first started. And yeah, I started it within my college dorm room at just about a year and a half ago. So I've been doing this for about a year and a half now.
Okay, cool. And why did you originally get started on TikTok Shop? What got you interested in starting?
Yeah, so I remember, I've been someone that my entire life has always been doing online business, kind of wanting to try stuff. I did the whole drop shipping, day trading. I kind of tried almost everything, the lemonade stands, and I really always knew that I was someone as an entrepreneur that wanted to do something with my life. I just didn't really know what it was. And it kind of was our second semester of freshman year when I was at college. I actually came across a video of someone talking about TikTok Shop. And I kind of thought it was interesting because they were saying that you don't really have to spend any money on like inventory, customer service, and you can basically just get a TikTok Shop account and start. I thought it was really interesting, and that's kind of when I got into it. And it took a few months. Like, I started doing it back in, I think it was like February or March of 2024, and then by like April and May is when I really started getting like full into it.
So tell us, what jobs did you have before you started doing TikTok Shop? Like, what was your work experience like?
Yeah, so I did all the, like, as you know, like the landscaping, all the lawn mowing, all the little tiny like manual labor jobs and stuff that I just really hated. And then I did work at GNC as well that previous summer, making $10.25 an hour.
$10 an hour.
Yeah, and
$10 an hour.
I think working all those jobs as well really was part of the reason why it got me into wanting to do online business, because I really just didn't enjoy the whole idea of clocking into a job for, number one, not a lot of pay, and then number two, having to have someone tell me. I got yelled at by the boss, telling me where to go, when to go, and I just always thought it was cool to be able to make money from anywhere in the world, like from your phone.
So I'm curious, at what age did you realize that you could actually make a living online? I know a lot of people, when they see like e-commerce, stuff like that, they really don't believe it. They think that it's all a scam, which it's true. A lot of it is scams, but what made you realize that it actually was possible?
To be honest, I think TikTok Shop, my first ever $100 day on TikTok Shop was the first time I was like, wow, this is actually like cool. And when I hit my first $1,000 day on TikTok Shop, that is when my life, I said, is completely changed. And I never could think of money the same, and never think of money the same in terms of like working for a paycheck compared to working for yourself.
Okay, and I'm curious, when did you actually first hit that $100 hour? You said when you hit your $100 hour, that's when you knew it was possible, but when actually was that? And when was your first $1,000 hour as well?
Yeah, so I did TikTok Shop. I started completely on my own. Like, I was like, I'm just going to do this on my own. I was in college. I was just kind of like, I'm just going to mess around a little bit. I didn't try to get any help or anything like that. So the first month of doing it, to be honest, I barely made any money because I had no idea what I was doing. If you see the videos I was posting and the live streams I was doing, they were horrible. And the first month, I made like, I don't know, maybe under $20, which was crazy. I didn't really care much about it. But that second and third month, I started to pick up a little more traction. I remember in the second month, actually, I went live with this one product. It was like some type of mouthwash. And I actually all of a sudden hit like 400 viewers in my live. And I did like $300 in a 2-hour live stream, I remember. And getting off that live, like, I was like, whoa, I cannot just believe how much money I just made. And it was crazy to me how this was. And then actually it was a week after that, I went live again. And I never wasn't planning on it. I ended up streaming for 4 hours, and I got off the live, and I had profited over $1,000 in commission on live. And that is money that I have never seen before. The most money I've ever made in a day is probably like $150 with a job. And I got off the live and I was like, holy, like I literally just made $1,000 in 4 hours from just sitting in my dorm room. Like it that was the point where my life, I said, will never be the same.
Yeah, no, trust me. Like I still remember my first time hitting like $1,000 commission. It's insane. So you said the first month though, you only made like $20. What inspired you to keep going? I mean, you said you didn't realize that you didn't realize online money was really real until you hit the first $100 an hour. So what inspired you when you were doing $20 in that first month to keep on going?
I mean, I was just seeing a lot of other people like online that were making the money and kind of being in the space and actually connecting with some of the other people and talking to them and then being like, yeah, I'm actually making good money with this instead of just seeing people on social media telling me that they are. That really got me to understand like these are real people that are no different than me. They're just like, they just know something I don't and they're making insane money. And the one thing is I wish I would have invested maybe into some type of mentor earlier on. I didn't do it and I ended up figuring it out myself, but I definitely think in that first month, I could have definitely made more money and found quicker results without that. That would be the only thing I guess I would change about my like, process. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely could have sped up that process. I'm curious, when you started, were you doing videos, live streams, both? What did that look like?
I was mainly doing videos. I tried the lives. The problem was I just really didn't know what I was doing like at all in terms of any of them. I started with just videos and I was doing like I was messing around like they were terrible. And then I did a few lives here and there. And then once I started to really get into lives, after a few lives, I started hitting, I think it was my fourth or fifth live is when I actually hit that $300 in like 2 hour live stream.
$300 in 2 hours. Nice. And so what's the most money you've made in a live stream? Most money you've made per hour? Because I mean, you're saying some pretty big numbers right here. What's the most you've made in an hour?
Most I've made in an hour is just over $2,000. And my best day on TikTok Shop on live stream was about $8,500, I believe, in commission.
So that's profit?
Yeah, that's profit. And that actual week, I did over $35,000 in profit just that week, like $180,000 in revenue, all from lives in like 7 days.
And obviously, I know this, but go ahead and tell them what's the longest live stream you've done and how much did you make from it?
Yeah, so the longest live stream I've ever done is actually, believe it or not, 14 hours. And I still to this day do not believe, I have never seen anyone that's even come close to hitting 14 hours straight. Like when I tell you 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. on live, like I barely had anything, like I had a little bit of water, no food. I was just like going straight off willpower, sitting in my parents' basement for 14 hours in a chair talking. And I still, like I said, I've never seen anyone do that, but I ended up profiting over $8,000 on that 14-hour live stream.
And then you also did another stream that week. I believe it was 7 or 8 hours. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And how much did that one make you?
Yeah, so that one made me that was the one that did over $8,000 in about 7 hours. So that was
over $1,000.
Over $1,000 an hour, correct? Yes.
Insane. Okay, and how long in a TikTok shop did it take for you to hit that? Like, how long were you doing TikTok shop beforehand, before that week?
Yeah, so I started, like I said, in February, like around February of 2024, and I didn't really get serious and figure it out until a few months later. That was actually the 40 or the 35K week. That was actually in July of 2024, and I was like testing out a ton of different products. I was making good money. I hit a 10K month before that, but that really was the point I hit, and that's what I tell people. Like, if you hit and you find a winning product on live streams, you can literally run with it and stream that. Like I was streaming that for weeks in a row and making like well over like $100 to $500 an hour on that. But it took me, it was about early July is when I hit that insane week.
Okay. So what I've seen, a lot of people when they're starting off live streaming, or honestly just TikTok shop in general, they'll find a product that does well for them, but then they'll kind of just be attached to that product and they'll only do that product and never branch off. How many products did you try before you actually got that winning product?
Oh, I'd say probably at least 50. I mean, I was still making money with other products. Like I had one other time before that live stream that I did like a $2,000 hour. That was like it was like a Trump shirt. So it was like a really trending thing, but I was still hitting on certain products like over $100 an hour, some maybe 200, but I was testing so many products. That's what a lot of people don't get. Like you got to test a lot of products. And so many people give up or think they can't make money because they test like 2 or 3 products. And so, yeah, I can't do live streams. It's not for me. But it does take, and sometimes you have to test 50 products out. But once you find that one, it's going to pay off for months to come.
Okay, so give us a number estimate. You said you've done a lot of products, obviously a lot of different testing. If you had to give an estimate how many products you tried before you had that really huge winning product, how many was it?
I would say on live streams, you talking about?
Yeah.
I would say I would say over 20 at least for live streams. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, that makes sense. It takes a lot of lot of different products to really find the winning one. Like I was saying before, so many people just pick a product, it makes them a few sales, they fall in love with it, and then they can't move on. Or maybe they'll have a product that's a real winning product, and then sales fall off, and then they just want to keep doing that product because they still have hope. But it really is good just moving on, testing different things, trying a bunch of different products. When did you have your first viral video? Because that's a whole different world. I mean, live streams, you can make quicker money. Live streams are easier to learn. There's less competition. Videos have a lot higher competition. It's harder to learn than live streams. So what was that like? When did you have your first viral video? How long were you posting videos beforehand?
Yeah, like you said, videos are a whole different beast. I mean, that's a whole different learning curve for them. And if you don't understand how a viral video is framed, you almost like, I'm not gonna say you're never gonna have a viral video, but if you don't understand the framework and what you actually need to include in a viral video, people will just post hundreds and hundreds of videos and not go viral and think that they're just not good at TikTok Shop.
Like BOF?
Yeah, like but bottom of funnel, for example. But it's not even that. It's like people just think that if I post enough videos, I'm gonna have a lottery ticket. It's gonna blow up. But if you don't have the right framework in your video, it's not gonna blow up. And once I figured that framework out, I believe my first ever like viral video, like what do you consider like a viral video?
Viral video. So, I mean, I'm sure our definition is different than the average person's definition, but just for the sake of the video, let's say 1 million views.
Mm-hmm. So for 1 million views, I would say it was probably like June or July. So it took me a few months for sure. And then I remember I think right after that live stream, so August or September, I hit a video with like 7 million views. That was the one that made me a lot of money. And that's really the proof of concept. And I kept recreating that video. It was this earwax cleaner. And I kept recreating that video and it kept blowing up like every single time. And that was really where I started to figure out like how a viral video is actually.
So I'm curious, how much commission did you make from that video? 7 million views. I mean, that on shop videos, that is an insane amount of views. How much did you make from that?
Yeah. So it made about like $2,000, I think, in commission. The call to action in the video wasn't very good. So the conversions were a little bit lower and the commission wasn't good, but still I made about $2,000 off that video.
How long did it take for you to make the video?
5 minutes. 5 minutes to make.
And you said you just kept recreating that same video. How did you go about that? Did you make the same exact video over and over? Did you make minor tweaks trying to make it higher converting? I'd imagine if you got 7 million views, $2,000, well, that's still a lot of money. You know you could be making a lot more. So what changes did you make? Like, were you trying to get it to convert better? Like, how did you go about that?
I mean, people don't understand that if once you have a viral video, you can recreate it like 98% the same video, change maybe a few words in it, and just repost it. And it kept blowing up. I probably made a near $10,000 from like all like 20 of those that I kept recreating. But I mean, that's really all there is to it. You just recreate the same video over and over because it's already proven to work.
I'm curious, what style video did you do? I know there's a bunch of big styles. I know a lot of people are probably curious what style you're doing. A lot of people are probably looking into conspiracy, talking head, bottom of funnel. You know, there's so many different things they could be doing. What style was it?
That one was talking head, and it had a little bit more of product like demonstration in it too as well. But that was more of a straight up talking head video. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And since then, what has been your most viral video? Or that you said that is your most viral video. What's your highest earning video then?
My highest earning video was about almost $5,000 from a conspiracy video.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire. And how long did that take you to make?
That one, those conspiracies take a little bit longer. I would say like 20 minutes, but it's still like literally 20 minutes to film and edit.
20 minutes, $5,000. I'll take it, bro. That's a $15,000.
Yeah, right, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
That's insane. So what do you focus on now? Do you do more videos or live streams, and why?
I'm say half and half. I mean, live streams are definitely more of a grind, but the money with them, once you find a product that's working, you can hit $1,000 every single day consistently. Videos are a little bit less consistent just because you're gonna have videos that blow up and then sometimes you won't. But I always tell people definitely do both. They go really well together, hand in hand. Live streams are gonna really help once you find that good product to make that consistent income. And then videos you can make up to, I've seen someone make like almost $100,000 on one video. But I do about half and half, I'd say. I try to go live for at least an hour and a half a day if I can.
Okay, and I'm sure everyone's wondering this. I mean, you've had massive weeks, massive months. I mean, you've literally done almost 40K in 1 week. What's your all-time GMV on TikTok Shop? Total amount of revenue you've generated?
Yeah, so I was calculating it a few weeks ago. It's actually over 600,000 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Over $600,000. That's insane.
And that's money that that's like money I generated for the brand. It's really cool to think about that like I have generated brands like over $600,000 like in profit, and then obviously in profit for me, but in like revenue for them over $600,000. And like it's cool to think about that. Not only are you profiting yourself, but you're helping these brands grow as well because you're making them money just like you're making yourself money.
Yeah, for sure. And what's one piece of advice you'd give to someone who's looking to start TikTok shop right now? What day or what month? Here, I'll just redo that. And what's one piece of advice you'd give to someone who's trying to start TikTok shop in June 2025?
Yeah, so definitely something that I wish I would have known or someone would have told me when I first started is that it's actually two things. But number one, just it's really about focus on inputs. Like you need to be focusing on the inputs, especially in the beginning, because with any online business, you're not probably going to make $40,000 your first month doing it. I have seen it happen, but statistically, it's probably not going to happen. But if you can focus on your inputs, make sure that you're constantly adapting, make sure that you are constantly improving and figuring out what you need to change. And you're not looking at the number of how much you're making, but you're just looking at, am I improving and getting better every day? The outputs will eventually come, but the outputs do not come if the inputs aren't there. If you're seeing, oh, I'm not making any money today, I'm not going to post my 5 videos I should today, then you're probably not going to make money. But if you post 5 videos every day on that 5th day that you didn't want to post and you did, that could be the one that takes off, blows up, makes you a lot of money and changes your life. And as well as that, don't get to the point where you think that you can do this completely on your own. Like you can do it. And that, I mean, for the most part, I did. But if you really want to find results, I definitely recommend either getting a mentor, a friend, somebody that has been doing this for a while that can tell you and give you feedback on what you're doing. Because you can only see it from your eyes. And if you have someone telling you like, yeah, this video is not good, change this up, and have someone better. You never want to be in a room. You never want to be the smartest in your room. You always want to have someone who's smarter and knows more than you, because that's going to help you to improve. And I would just say, in general, seek guidance from someone that's already doing this, because it will make you find results a lot quicker. And I can promise you that because I've seen it hand in hand.
So right now, in June 2025, you just gave them the biggest pieces of advice to getting started, but how do they actually start? What can they do?
Yeah, so if you want to get started, TikTok Shop, what's going to happen? Basically, to start TikTok Shop, all you need is an account with 5,000 followers. You can do it at 1,000, but if you want to have full access to the program, it's going to be 5,000. So the two ways are going to be either growing an account organically through paid ads, which there's strategies to get it for like literally $20 now, which is insane, or you could buy an account. Those are going to be the 3 ways to start. And once you have that account, you can start posting. It's not like other like business models where you have to like do all this stuff, like bank your brand, all this stuff. Like, once you have that account, like you can start. Like, you could technically start TikTok Shop literally tomorrow if you wanted to.
And out of those 3, which one do you recommend?
I would say at the moment for sure the paid ads, because it's really quick. Like you can get it done in under a day. I've grown a ton of accounts with it, and buying an account's like, I would say more expensive, like $200 to $300. Like you can literally start tomorrow with an account that costs $20 to grow.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Even as an account seller myself, I sell accounts, but honestly, just run paid ads. You can do it for $20. I've done it for literally like almost $10. It's absurd. You can do it for so cheap right now. There's no reason not to be growing your account. So going back to what you said before, you said the best way to start TikTok Shop right now is to find a mentor, but not everyone is just friends with a mentor or knows someone personally that can mentor them. So where does the average person go to actually find one of these TikTok Shop mentors?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I actually do have a one-on-one mentorship. I mean, I've been doing TikTok Shop for about 1.5 years now, and it got to the point where I realized that I have a skill that most people would really like want to do. And that is why I started this mentorship. Basically, a full A to Z blueprint to teach people how to start and scale on TikTok Shop from 0 to 5, 10, 15, or 20K a month on TikTok Shop. And I could put up some results. You can check my Instagram as well. I have it linked in the description as well for some of the client wins. But this is really just, if you are someone that is really seeking to get the results that you want on TikTok Shop, and you want someone who's been through all the downs, all the ups, and really can basically tell you what not to do and what to do and fast track your success, then that's kind of what this mentorship is. It's a high ticket mentorship. It's not something we just take everyone, because I am going to be working with you one-on-one. I'm